inspires you? How do you
Just-
get your ideas?
I just got
daily life.
it's a love of music first and foremost, and then it's just I don't know, listening to other music, getting inspired, life in general, making you inspired. You know, I generally don't get too much inspired by drum and bass itself. I try to get out of it. Like, and don't get me wrong, I hear tunes that fucking inspire me, but you know, I try to go delve into other scenes or
I know.
you know,
I
hip
know, I do
hop.
that.
Like hip hop's a massive influence for us. Like still listen to loads of hip hop, which is why we still love our samples. You know, and you know.
Is it old school hip hop?
No,
Or
new
is it
school.
new one?
All hip hop. I mean, we were hip hop from day dot. But there's lots of good hip hop about as well. But no one thinks there is because I think all they hear is the commercial stuff and think that hip hop's crap. But it's not. It's some really good stuff about. So that inspires us. You know, I mean, there is producers that inspire us as well that do certain things, and you know, people like Break and you know. Guys called Mako, friends of ours, and DLR. They're just really good producers, and they all got different sounds. They're all very driven, and that's inspiring. Being around, you know, because they live in Bristol as well, and being around driven people that are, you know, creative, it's great. You know, so there's so much that you can take creativity from and take inspiration from. You know.
And talking about other musicians, what would you tell us a few names maybe of other musicians that you listen to that are not drum and bass producers or
producers or
maybe bands? Do you have favorite bands?
I don't really listen to bands. I mean, De La Soul would be my favourite band if it was a band. But you know, so what do I listen to? I'm just trying to think. I was listening to some stuff today. There's so much. It's you know, favourites. There's people like Jay Dilla that were big influence. He was such a great producer, and I still listen to lots of his stuff. And Slum Village just brought a new album out, which has got a lot of his is obviously old beats that never got to see the light of day. They have now. But yeah, I'm trying to think. It's difficult. There's so many good artists. Like from producers to rappers to singers, I couldn't. Yeah,
You couldn't say
like I said, Jay
I get
Dilla.
you.
You know, people like Dwele were great, but he hasn't done a lot for a while. But he's a singer and a producer. But I can't. Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't really think.
You're working with samples. How is it now compared to the 90s?
It's now, I'll go on YouTube and sample stuff, you know, which is obviously most of it's originally still sourced from vinyl, but it's, you know, I literally can just sit on the computer, you know, Googling stuff and you know, finding samples, finding where things come from. It's so much easier to search now, but it's still, it's not as, I did used to like the fun of going into a record store and going through, you know, loads of old records and just finding a gem and just being like, wow. You know, there was this Break done this tutorial recently where he'd gone into a old record store and he'd found this piece of vinyl which is just about steam engines, and he made a tune called Steam Train from the samples out of it, and it was great. But it's you know, good to see people use that creativity and go and, you know, you have to go into a record store to experience something like that. Whereas YouTube, you can find whatever you want, but it's a whole different experience.
And a lower quality, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, it depends. You can find some really good quality on there, but I still like the crackle of a vinyl, you know, as well. Is that it? Are we done?
Is that it?